Welcome to Marvel Rewind, a Marvel Champions Retrospective Series. In this series, I will be tasked with defeating every villain in order, progressing from the core set to the latest release. The catch? I'm only allowed to use cards released up until that point. After defeating the villain, they each will be ranked in terms of their difficulty, determined by the cards available at the time. Thematic matchups, crazy boost effects, and sinister encounter cards await. Tune in every Tuesday for new episodes of Marvel Rewind. What's going on, guys? It's Char here, back with another episode of Marvel Rewind, a Marvel Champions Retrospective Series. Now, for today's episode, we are on the finale of Rise of Red Skull, taking on none other than Red Skull himself. Now, who would be better to take on this challenge than the man, the myth, the living legend? We've got Captain America, Steve Rogers. Let's get down to the table, see how it goes. Okay, so here we are down at the table. Now, this is such a classic thematic matchup. Captain America versus Red Skull. It doesn't get better than that. But let's go ahead and talk through Red Skull's setup a little bit, because it could be kind of tricky if you haven't played him for the first time. So, like with every scenario, we're going to read his main scheme 1. The content of his encounter deck is Red Skull, is the Red Skull encounter set, which are all of these cards right here. Plus the standard and expert sets, because we're on expert. So we've got that plus our obligation. And then we have 2 modular encounter sets, which are Hydra Assault and Hydra Patrol. So these are both 2 really, I mean, they're not nasty. Hydra Patrol is kind of whatever, but some of these Hydra Assault guys can be kind of tough. But there is something that we need to think about before we go ahead and put this encounter deck together. On his setup, he has an ability that says, put the red house into play. So, like, okay, we put that side scheme into play. Shuffle every other side scheme into the side scheme deck and set it next to the encounter deck. So the insert or the manual for Rise of the Red Skull explains this, but even for any modular encounter sets you put in, you need every single side scheme. So we have all of them here. It's all the ones Red Skull comes, so it's Red Skull comes with plus Hydra Patrol, and then we have to shuffle it up. So the Red Skull's main gimmick is that every time he, and I want to see what happens. Okay, yeah, every time he, what's it called? He does step 1 of the villain phase, he flips a side scheme over from this deck. So he's always putting in side schemes against you. But the thing about it is, like, most of his aren't too bad. There's one that gives an extra encounter card, which kind of sucks to get. But other than that, some of them just give you really positive effects for actually thwarting them out, which is, it can make his difficulty a bit variable. I'll put it like that. But okay, that is the side scheme deck created there. Red House starts into play. Now we can just go ahead and put the rest of the encounter deck together. Red Skull only has like 1 attachment, so I think I'm going to put the encounter deck down here because he has some minions and he has some side schemes, so we want some space in the middle of the board. Hopefully he doesn't get, I think it's his Luger, is his only attachment he has. Hopefully he doesn't get it. If he does, well, we're going to have to make some space in that area, but we'll see what happens. Red Skull also has a when revealed ability that says deal each player an encounter card. So we'll do that when we get to the actual recording. As always, for this series specifically, we only show the wins because it's supposed to show how to get through all of these villains in order on expert mode with a limited card pool. That's the whole idea behind the series. So that's a really good shuffle on the encounter deck there. We can go ahead and flip over his main scheme here, which is Rise of the Red Skull. It has pops at 8 threat per player. It starts with 0, goes up 1 per player per turn. Has a little star icon, which is this force response I was talking about. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. Also, I didn't mention it, but the camera is still off today because I just want to take no chances with my recovery. Don't want to have to worry about, looking at 2 cameras and whatnot. So that's that. He does have his when revealed ability, and we will probably go ahead and do that when we get to the actual recording. I'm shuffling up the player deck a little bit, but we're on Captain America today. We've got 11 hit points, 6 hand size, 5 hand size. He's got 2 abilities, Living Legend, reduce the cost of the first ally played each round by 1, and his setup searches his shield. Search your deck and discard pile for Captain America's shield and add it to your hand and then shuffle your deck. And then he has a really strong hero ability which lets you discard a card to ready Captain America. So should be a really fun matchup. I'm not expecting it to be too tough, but let's go ahead and get to that game. Okay, so here we are back at the table. I forgot to put the 3 threat on the red house right here, so let's go ahead and do that. I also didn't explain it. It says Red Skull cannot take damage and has an interrupt when a character thwarts the side team. They can use their attack stat instead of their thwart. So let's go ahead and shuffle up the player deck here. Before we draw up, we do need to deal each player an encounter card, so we have to go ahead and do that. Let's not forget that either, because that would be pretty bad. But yeah, we're shuffling up a couple times here. We're just playing some leadership cap. I mean, it's of the strongest build for him at this point in the game. Justice is also pretty good with him, especially for the Red Skull scenario. But yeah, it's just really good. We're gonna play leadership. We've got a ton of allies. We're trying to make quick work of Red Skull to just get back the White House or the Red House. So we do get dealt an encounter card. Now we're gonna go ahead and draw our hand up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's look at this hand here. Agent 13, I don't mind. If we want a team training, because she can help us get some consistent thwart on the board, and she instantly thwarts for 2. I don't know if I care about Fearless Determination. Rogue Strike is also not bad. I think I want some setup cards, though, so I think we're just going to trash these 3, right? Because, yeah, he just gets 1+1 thwart and then draws. But if I'm flipping up anyways, it might be better than Agent 13, because I would just use my thwart regardless of trying to swing on Red Skull. So maybe I'll just trash these 3 and see if we can get some setup cards here. Got 1, 2, and 3. Oh my goodness, that is an insane opener. Okay, we won't get to use our ability to reduce the cost of an ally, but I think that's okay, unless we draw into one. Yeah, that's our starting hand, and we can go ahead and use our ability here, set up, search your deck and discard pile for the shield and add it to our hand. So it's not an action like Thor with Mjolnir, it is a setup, so we only get it once, but that's fine, because usually we put the shield into play. I wasn't even thinking about that, but it is something to think about, because yeah, we definitely want that. We get +1 defense and that retaliate. It's really good. So let's go ahead and shuffle up, and let's see what we can do here. We definitely want to play the Avengers Mansion just in case we get a low cost ally. So we're going to spend these 2 doubles here. Go ahead and get down the mansion. Okay, sorry about that quick cut, guys. I had to go see what the noise was going on in my house real quick. We still have the same hand here: Fearless Determination, Team Training, Power of Leadership, and our shield. But let's go ahead and spend this Avengers Mansion real quick. And oop, that just flew out of my hand. And let's go ahead and draw. We got into our Super Soldier Serum here. Okay, that definitely changes what we do. I think instead of the team training that I wanted to get down, we get our Super Soldier down. We use the Fearless Determination to thwart 3. This is kind of tough here. I think we want to flip up. Let's see what we draw into with the Fearless Determination. So let's go ahead and flip up to Captain America here. We have the ability. I can do this all day. We can discard a card from our hand to ready Captain America, limit once per round. Let's go ahead and spend a Fearless Determination. Hero action. Captain America, it's +1 thwart until the end of the phase, and I can go ahead and draw a card. I got our helmet here. Helmet is not something I really care about, but we do have 3 thwart right now, so let's go ahead and thwart for 3 off of Red House. So that's going to be removed, and there is a side scheme discard pile. I just didn't think about where I wanted that to go, which is interesting. I think I'll just put them off camera up here. That's fine. They're not super important to look at, so we'll just keep it like that. So we know Red House is there in the discard pile. Then we want to get our Super Soldier Serum down for sure. So I think we're just going to have to... Is there any way... If we don't care about our shield, we can get down team training, which might be more valuable. But I really don't like the idea of just getting our shield the next deck pass. I think that consistent 1 damage is good. Plus, we don't have an ally. Yeah, we'll just... we'll spend the team training, even though I don't want to. We'll go ahead and spend those 2 resources for the Super Soldier Serum. So it's a resource. We can exhaust it to generate a punch resource. We're going to go ahead and exhaust that for 1 to go ahead and get down our shield. So it's a restricted, max 2 restricted per player. I get +1 defense. Captain America gets +1 and retaliate 1. We're going to go ahead and use our ability. I can do this all day. We're going to discard 1 card from our hand to ready Captain America. And then we're just going to swing for 2 on Red Skull. And that's our first damage of the game, bringing him down to 14. Now, we have no allies at all to block, but we have 3 defense. We should be okay here, I think. We'll just take some hits the first play, and that's it. We're going to draw up to 5. So our hand is Heroic Strike, Fearless Determination, Helicarrier, Shield Block, and Mockingbird. Okay. Shield Block is good. This is a really good card. I forgot he had these. Is basically backflip. So if there's a really big hit we take here, that should be good for us. Okay, so we're gonna go to Red Skull now. Step 1 of the villain phase, he's gonna add 1 threat to this, 1 per player. He's a force response. After resolving step 1, reveal the top card of the player's side scheme deck. Mass Chaos. When revealed, each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck and places 1 threat here for each different type of resource icon. So we're gonna discard the top 5, and for each different resource, it is 1. So each different type of resource icon. So that's 3 threat. What do we lose? Steve Apartment, Maria Hill, make the call. Okay, the Steve's Apartment kind of sucks, but so it's 3 different resource types here. So 3 threat is going to go on Mass Chaos here. Then what we're going to do is Red Skull's going to go ahead and attack us. There's a lot of things to remember. So Red Skull gets +1 attack for each side scheme in play. So he's at 2 attack right now. We're just going to go ahead and take this. 2, 3, 4. Do I spend a shield block on that? Let me think. Do I have enough to do everything I want to do? If I don't spend the shield block, I think we'll just take the 4 here. We'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go down to 7. That's fine. Red Skull's gonna take a retaliate from us, and now we have 2 encounter cards to deal with. So let's go ahead and reveal the first one. Hydra Soldier Guard. When defeated, you get an encounter card, and then Hydra Exo Soldier comes in with toughness. So we have 2 guys staring us down here, which not great. Plus the Exo Soldier has like a pretty high scheme stat, but okay, that's back to us. What do we want to do here? Okay. We want Helicarrier down. Let's see what Avengers Mansion gets us. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Lead from the front. Okay. I think we just continue our setup. Let's do a Fearless Determination here, though. So we're going to get +1 Thwart, and we're going to draw a card, Shield Toss. We can deal 4 damage to enemies. That's actually not terrible. We have 3 Thwart right now, so I think we're just going to go ahead and get rid of Mass Chaos here. Just going to completely defeat it. Okay. That should be that. And I think we're just going Helicarrier Mockingbird here. Yeah. Just get all the resource gens that we can down. I'm going to spend these 3 resources. Go ahead and get down a Helicarrier. It's going to come in ready. We're going to exhaust the Helicarrier to reduce the cost on the next card I play this phase by 1. Spend a Super Soldier Serum and 1 resource for Mockingbird. Mockingbird's going to go ahead and come out here. We're going to go ahead and choose to stun Red Skull. And I'm trying to see what I want to do. If we get another Shield Toss, I'm not sure how many are in his deck, but Shield Toss could be really big value if we draw into it. I think we hit both of them. I'm trying to think, would I rather have Mockingbird? Would I rather have her Thor for 1? Would I rather have her swing? Probably just swing on the Exo Soldier. I'm not sure yet. Let's just swing on the Exo Soldier here. We'll break the tough. And she's going to take a consequential. And that should be that. We're going to ready up here. We have a lot of setup here, which is really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards in hand. Let's see. Shield block. I mean, Avengers Tower. Make the call is good here. Okay. So step 1 of the villain phase is going to go up by 1. Then after resolving step 1, we're going to flip the top card of the side scheme deck. It's Hydra Patrol. So when defeated, each energy search the deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts them into play. And that comes in with 2 threat. Wrong dice. Red Skull's going to try and attack us, but he cannot because he's stunned. And now these 2 guys are going to attack us. Do I take this damage here? I probably will. So I'm going to take 4 damage from these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go down to 3. Both of them are going to take a retaliate because of my shield. So this guy's going to have 1 damage. This guy's going to have 1 damage. And now we're going to get an encounter card here. Assault. The villain attacks you. Okay, that's not great. I think we'll just have to shield block this. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do the shield block this time. So he's going to go ahead and attack us for a base of 2. And then they give the villain a tough status card and another boost card. So he instantly gets this tough, and he gets another boost card. So that's still only 2 damage. Give him a tough status card. So that's 3 damage, and he had 2 toughs. We would die otherwise. So we're going to spend the shield block here. We're going to exhaust our shield, prevent all of that damage. So we prevented 3 damage there. And then our retaliate's going to go ahead and break this tough that Red Skull just got. So that's really good. And that's back to us. Okay. What do we want to do? The Hydra Patrol is kind of annoying, but it's not the end of the world. We need to get rid of some of these guys on the board, I think. Okay. Let's just start off with an Avengers Mansion, see what we draw into. And energy here is not bad. I think I want to just make the call Maria Hill, probably. Let's see this. Wonder Man is not terrible. He can help us clear some of these stuff on the board because we'll have some extra resources. I think it's just Maria Hill. And I think we'll get a flip down here. Hopefully that's okay. We're going to probably leave this Hydra Soldier up. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Maria Hill, but we're gonna spend this double first to go ahead and play a Super Soldier Serum. So we have 2. I'm just gonna put them one on top of the other. It doesn't make a huge difference here because they're both they're punch resource generators. So we'll just line them up like that. Okay. Also, I forgot that this can get exhausted by shield blocks, so I'll just have it like that, just so we have a bit more space here. There are a couple minions on the board, which I'm not a fan of, but I think we have to go ahead. We're going to do make the call. We're going to make the call, do this double Super Soldier Serum to go ahead and play Maria Hill. So let's go ahead and play her. Maria Hill's going to come in. She's going to give us a draw here after a response after she enters play. Goliath. Okay. If I had some readies, Goliath might be crazy here, but I do not. Okay, what can we do? I think we'll have Maria Hill just go ahead and start off. We're gonna thwart for 2 off of Hydra Patrol. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for Hydra minion and puts them into play. So I think we're just gonna get the Hydra, yeah, the Hydra regulars. And when they're put into play, the insight is not resolved, so it doesn't go on the main. So this regular is in play. And now what can we do? So he is going to be putting a lot of threat. I don't know if we can flip down, but I don't know if we can stay up and actually survive. What can we do here? Maria Hill's going to take a consequential. Let me do that before I forget. I want to go ahead and swing on, I guess, the regular for 2. Let's just go ahead and knock him out. We can get Goliath in here. Does Goliath help us? He kind of does, right? Because he can do some thwarting. I think that might be better than Triskelion. Oh no, I don't have enough for him. He's 4. If I flip down, I have enough though, which might be the play. I won't get another ready though. I don't know. I'm really scared of like this scheming out. I think we just put Goliath into play and then swing on the Exo Soldier and then have Mockingbird thwart for 1. I think that's our play. So let's go ahead and spend these 2 resources. And Helicarrier, the Living Legend ability, also activates, which says reduce the cost. Oh, wait. Of the first ally played each round. I'm not sure if that actually works with Goliath because I put Maria Hill into play. Let me actually double check that. Okay, so I was just making sure that I was correct on that. Make the call puts them into play. They're not played, so the discount does apply here. So we're going to go ahead and use Goliath's action to get +4 attack until the end of the phase. So he has 5 attack right now. We're going to swing on the Exo Soldier and just knock him out. He has no abilities when he's knocked out, so that's that. He takes too consequential, but he gets discarded at the end of the phase anyways. It's at the end of the phase, right? Yeah. Okay. The Hydra soldier is gonna still stay up. I think we're gonna have Mockingbird just thwart for 1 off of the main, bring that down to 1, and we're just gonna ready up. So we have a ton of resource generators. We're gonna get a heal in this turn. We just need Red Skull not to go crazy here. So at the end of the player phase, Goliath is gonna get discarded here, and we're gonna draw up 6 cards. Hopefully get some good allies. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Make the call, Quinjet, Squirrel Girl. I mean, I don't hate these cards. They're actually all pretty good. Especially lead from the front. We can do some big damage on the board. All right. This is going to go up by 1. Then what's going to happen is after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, we're going to reveal the top side scheme. So the Sleeper awakens. So scheme cannot leave this while the Sleeper is in play. When revealed, put the Sleeper in a play engaged with the first player. So the Sleeper is going to come in from out of the game. When the Sleeper is defeated, remove this card from the game. Okay, so he's going to come in with Guard, Retaliate 1, and Toughness. So he is tough, and he has 5 health. He only has 2 scheme, though. I'm really hoping Red Skull doesn't pop his main, but if he does, that's going to be pretty tough. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and scheme with a base of 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he definitely pops it. So it's going to go from 2 up to 7. And then it doesn't really matter what order we have these guys scheme, but it's going to scheme for 1. That's going to pop it. Then it's going to go into phase 2. 1 revealed, put the top card of the side scheme deck into play. So then someone's going to scheme for 1 more, and it comes in with 1. So this is at 2. Then we reveal another side scheme here, which is Censor the Past. Each player chooses up to 3 cards in their discard pile and shuffles that into the deck. Okay, and then we get 1 encounter card here. Twisted Reality Insight 1. Okay, attached to a side scheme. When the attached side scheme is defeated, deal the first player an encounter card. So I think we have some real different ruling here. So this doesn't actually get defeated. It says force response when the attached side scheme is defeated, deal the first player an encounter card. But this says when the Sleeper is defeated, remove this card from the game. So we're not actually defeating the Sleeper Awakens here, which is pretty good for us. And we're going to go ahead and put this at 3. And okay, that's back to us. So we have quite a lot of cards in our hand, and we want to get some things done this turn for sure. The Triskelion would have been great. I think we might actually shuffle that back in with the Censor of the Past, but we'll see here. Okay. What I want to do first is we're going to Avengers Mansion here, see what we draw into. Another lead from the front. Okay, then what we can do, I think we're just playing a Squirrel Girl first. Yeah, so let's go ahead and spend. We're going to use our Living Legend and then 1 lead from the front to go ahead and play Squirrel Girl. She's going to come in response. After she enters play, deal 1 damage to each enemy. So the Sleeper is gonna break the tough. This guy's going to take another damage down to 2, and Red Skull's going to take a damage down to 12. Then what we're going to do, we have to heal for sure here. So we're going to go and heal 3 back up to 6. Then what do we want to do? I think we need a lead from the front here and try and take out some of these minions. Choose a player, each character that player controls. This is rough here. Let's see. We do want to get some stuff done, but we don't want Red Skull to like kill us basically. So we need an ally up. I think Squirrel Girl is gonna be that ally for us. But we want this guy to get knocked out. Retaliate. One reveal, the Sleeper engages the first player. Okay. Do we have any allies worth making the call? I think the answer is probably no. Well, we want Maria Hill to probably thwart 3 off of Censor the Past anyways. Let's see. We need lead for the front because we want Maria Hill to knock this out, and we also want to knock out the Sleeper here. So I guess we'll have Mockingbird and then Steve swing on that. So if we go like this, yeah, I think we have a play here for sure. Okay. let's flip up. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this double power of leadership here for lead. Actually, let's do Quinjet and Helicarrier here for lead from the front. We're gonna choose a player, which is gonna be us. Each character that player controls gets +1 attack and +1 thwart until the end of the phase. So everyone on the board is buffed. We're gonna have Maria Hill thwart for 3 off of Censor the Path. Oh, do we want to do it just yet? Are there 3 cards we want to shuffle in? Let's actually pause on that. Let's have Mockingbird do her attack first. Actually, instead of doing what I did with the Helicarrier, let's use the double actually, because I kind of messed that up because I had a plan in my head that I did not say out loud. And yeah, so okay, the double, everyone's buffed by 1. Because I wanted to ready by discarding the Quinjet here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to start the Quinjet for our action. Discard 1 card from your hand and ready Captain America. So that's that. We're going to have Mockingbird go ahead and swing for 2 onto the sleeper here. He's going to take 2 damage. She's going to be defeated by her consequential and the retaliate. Then we're going to have Captain America swing for 3 because of the lead from the front. So it's going to go ahead and knock out the sleeper. He doesn't retaliate us because he was defeated. So when defeated, remove the sleeper from the game. This says when the sleeper is defeated, remove this card from the game. This says force response after the attached side team is defeated, deal the first player an encounter card. This is not a defeat as far as I'm concerned. So these cards are removed from the game. The sleeper is out of there. Okay, so we've already readied once with Captain America. Now what do we want to do? We have a Hawkeye in hand. We can just play Maria Hill again after she thwarts, right? Is there anything we want to shuffle in? Like, what would be the best shuffles? Well, how many cards are in our deck, first of all? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 cards in our deck. And then, I think Triskelion for sure. Do we do shield blocks? Shield block could be decent here. Big Triskelion, shield block, and I mean, do we do doubles? I'm not sure if the doubles really matter. Triskelion, shield block, and Mockingbird. I think we'll go instead of Mockingbird. We'll probably go. Maybe we just shuffle Maria Hill back in, and then we make the call. We just keep the make the call in hand because we can just play Hawkeye this turn. Keep the make the call. Shuffle Maria Hill back in. I'm not sure of the timing on it though, which makes it weird. So we won't actually choose Maria Hill. We'll just have her thwart for 3 here. This says when defeated, each player chooses 3 cards in their discard pile and shuffles them into their deck. Let's just choose 3. Let's do shield block, Triskelion, and let's do Steve's apartment. I think we need the healing, so that'll be a good 3rd option for us. And then Maria Hill, it's going to take a consequential and be defeated here. So we're going to shuffle these 3 cards into our deck here. I think we just play Hawkeye down. I don't actually mind that. So shuffle all of that up. Okay, now we have these 2 cards in hand. I think we're just gonna do double Helicarrier to reduce the cost and double Super Soldier here to go ahead and play down Hawkeye. He's gonna come in with 4 arrow counters. After a minion enters play, we can remove an arrow counter and deal 2 damage to that minion. So hopefully we get some minions on the board here. It would be really embarrassing if we put him in after all of those minions have come in and there's nothing to be done. Oh, he only has 1 thwart right now. We'll just have him thwart for 1 off the main, bring that to 2. He's gonna take a consequential. We're gonna have Squirrel Girl swing for 2 because she was on the board with the lead from the front. I'm not sure if Hawkeye is actually affected by that or not. I think it's each character under that player's control gets +1 attack and thwart until the end of the phase. You know what? I think that does affect it because until the end of the phase, we're still in the same phase here. So we're gonna have Swirl swing for 2 on Hydra Soldier. When defeated, deal the engaged player an encounter card. Squirrel Girl is gonna take a consequential here. And we're just gonna ready up, I think. We'll keep the make the call in hand just in case we have nothing better to play. And let's go ahead and do that. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, shield block is good for 5. Okay, there's some good cards in our hand here. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Cool. Well, maybe I should have shoveled in team training. No, that's fine. It's gonna go up by 1. So he has the same force response after resolving step 1. We flip the top card. Hydra reinforcements. The player who defeats this scheme discards a non-elite minion. So we're actually on heroic mode for a turn here. So we're getting 3 encounter cards, which is kind of scary. Red Skull's going to go ahead and attack us for a base of 2. Yeah, base of 2. We're going to block with Squirrel Girl. 3 damage here. Squirrel Girl is defeated. And now we're going to go ahead and resolve this heroic mode turn. So we get 2 encounter cards. So we're dealing with 3 this turn. Let's go ahead and see the first one. Bitter Rival. Exhaust the character you control for each side scheme in play. So there's 1 side scheme in play. Exhaust the character we control. Let's go ahead and exhaust Hawkeye here. Now second. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think this is the second one. When revealed, give Red Skull a tough status card and he attacks us. Okay, so let's go ahead and give him that tough. He's going to attack us. I think I'm okay with this. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. So let's resolve this attack here. We might actually... Do we want to defend or do I want to spend a shield block? No. We'll spend the shield block. Let's see. He's going to attack us for a base of 2. 3 damage here. And the question is, do I let that damage go through or do I shield block it? Let's just shield block it. That's fine. We'll prevent 3 damage. One more. Hydra Exo Soldier comes in with tough. Oh, wait. And then he attacked, so he loses his tough because of the retaliate. We didn't actually defend that one. And now the Exo Soldier comes in. He has toughness, but Hawkeye is going to go ahead and shoot him with his arrows. We're just going to go ahead and remove that tough status card from him as soon as he comes in here. So that's back to us. All right, so we have a lot of things to work with on the board right now. I think it always starts off, this turn always starts with Nick Fury, though. We're going to use Avengers Mansion. We're going to draw Triskelion. Okay, we want to get that down, I think. So let's do a Helicarrier. Yeah, let's spend these 2 guys. And then 1 of our Super Soldier Serums. Helicarrier, 2 cards, so that's 3, and then 1 for Super Soldier. Yeah, for Nick Fury. We're going to put Nick Fury into play. We're going to use his ability to draw 3 cards. We got Steve's Apartment, Falcon, and Heroic Strike. So we're going to deck out and get an encounter card here. Go ahead and shuffle this up. Okay, so we do have this Exo Soldier guy in play here, which is, he's pretty nasty, I won't lie. And we also don't get the ally discount because we put him into play on the hero side, which is fine. I do want to try and flip here, though, if at all possible. Then we can finally just start gunning Red Skull down, I think. We need some more health before that, though. Okay. What do we have to work with? I think we're going to have Nick just store for 2. Is this guy elite? This guy is not elite. So yeah, that's really good. When the player who defeats this scheme discards a non-elite minion. So this guy is not elite here, so he's going to get discarded, which is really good. I was thinking of leaving that for some of the really more annoying guys, but it doesn't make any sense. Oh no, we don't want to flip down this turn because we want to make use of the block from Nick Fury. So let's not plan on flipping this turn. We have 2 blocks-ish, so we should be okay. Heroic Strike would be really helpful, though. I mean, Heroic Strike, and then we play Steve's Apartment, man. We're just like off 1 again. I do like Heroic Strike here, though, because we start making some progress onto Red Skull. Maybe we don't need the Triskelion because we only have 1 ally. So maybe we do... Yeah, we'll just Heroic Strike here. We're going to deal 6 damage to an enemy if you played using a punch resource stun. So we're going to go ahead and deal 6 damage to Red Skull here. Bring him down to 6 health. And he's going to get stunned. So I do kind of like that because the Nick Fury can help us out with another block if he gets another activation. Plus we have our basic defense. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 resource here if we get down Steve's Apartment. We have an action, alter ego action, exhaust, draw 1 card and heal 1 damage from Steve Rogers, which is really good. And then I think do we swing 2 or do we thwart for 2? If I swing 2, I can knock him into phase, and we'll just thwart. We'll play it safe here with thwart, and then we'll just ready everything up. So I'm really liking our odds right now. We got 6 health. It isn't the most healthy, but we've got some good stuff. I like Agent 13. I like Squirrel Girl, Shield Toss. I mean, these are good cards. All right, let's ready everyone up here. It's going to go step 1 of the villain phase. It's going to go to 1 threat. Then what's going to happen is after resolving step 1, he's going to flip this over. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle up the side scheme deck here. Oh, wait. I think I put a side scheme in the discard pile. Or I might have put multiple. Let me look, because that seemed kind of light. Center of the Past is in there. So is Hydra Patrol. Okay. Yeah, I was like, that seems like a really light deck. Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's... Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's go ahead and shuffle this up because it ran out of cards. All right. Shuffling up. So Prison Camps comes in with 3 threat on it. It's going to come in here with 3 threat. And it has a when defeated ability that says the player who defeated the scheme searches their deck and discard pile for an ally and puts it into play. So it looks like we're probably getting Nick Fury back. We might not even flip down. Red Skull's going to try and attack us. He cannot, though, because he's stunned. And now we have 2 encounter cards to deal with. First one, under fire, surge and reveal the top card of the encounter deck. So we're going to reveal the top card and it's going to surge. So let's see. Infinite Power. Give Red Skull a tough status card. Red Skull attacks you. So this is exactly why we, decided to stay up and do that stun. So he's going to go ahead and attack us. We're going to block with Nick Fury here. He's going to swing for a base of 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's 2 because he has a side scheme out. Nick Fury is defeated here. We have our next encounter card. Spreading Lies. Place 2 threat on each scheme in play. Damn, that's nasty. So this is going to go up to 5 here. This is going to go up to 3. 1 more. Advance the villain scheme. So he has a base scheme of 3 here. Attached to Red Skull. So this is his Luger that I was talking about. His attacks gain range. He has +1 attack and scheme. And you spend rainbow resources. So I think that means he schemes with 4 here. So I think this is going to go up to 7. Okay, yeah. The threat is looking kind of scary really suddenly. So let's see what we can do about that. All right. Okay, so yeah, I think we're definitely playing Agent 13 this turn. Let's go to Avengers Mansion first, though. Make the call. I don't think we need that just yet. Do like Agent 13, though. I think I'm going to go and spend Helicarrier and then these... Yeah, let's say these 2 resources here to get Agent 13 into play. After she enters play, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So we're going to remove... Yeah, let's remove 2 from Prison Camps and bring this down to 3. Okay. I was trying to think, maybe, did I have a better resource? I could have kept this in my hand because I think we want to get rid of just Luger, right? I think we just want to get rid of his Luger here, so I think I'll actually, instead of discarding the shield block, I'll discard, Black Knight here. Slight cheat. I forgot that I wanted to get rid of that. That's all right. She has 2 threat, so we're just gonna scheme. Have both of these guys scheme here. Sorry, thwart for 3. It's gonna go ahead and remove Prison Camps here. When defeated, the player defeated the scheme searches their deck and discard pile for an ally and puts it into play. So we're gonna go ahead and choose to do that. We're gonna put Nick Fury into play here. We're gonna use his ability to draw 3. I think. Yeah. We're going to use his ability to draw 3 cards. I guess if we draw into a lightning bolt, it doesn't really matter. Okay, we didn't. So it did matter. Okay, we do want to get rid of... we want to get rid of his Luger here. So we're going to go ahead and spend 1 of our serums. And then these 2, which is a lightning bolt and a science. We spend all those resources and we can discard this card. So we're going to get rid of that. He still has a tough status on him, which is somewhat annoying, but that's okay. Let's do a Fearless Determination here. We'll get +1 thwart and we can draw a card. Wonder Man. There's a lot of allies in our hand and a lot of allies we can't play because we chose to discard the Triskelion. Wait, was that a new deck pass or is it in our... Nope. Yeah, it's at the bottom. That's fine. I forgot how quickly Steve can get these allies back out. So I think we'll just have to end up discarding Wonder Man, I think. Yeah, so we're going to go in and thwart for 3 here off of the main. It's going to bring it from 7 down to 4. Yeah, we'll discard Wonder Man here for I can do this all day. Actually, Do we want to do that, or would I rather have Wonder Man come in? Replace Hawkeye. I think I'd rather have Wonder Man come in. No, but then I still have to spend Maria Hill, but I have Make the Call. Yeah, let's do that instead. Let's do one resource, this resource. We're gonna play over Hawkeye here. We're gonna put Wonder Man into play. Here comes Wonder Man. We're gonna have him Thwart for 1 off of the main. It's gonna bring that down to 3. Have Nick Fury Thwart for 2. It's gonna bring it down to 1. I think that's all for us. We'll keep the Make the Call in hand, and we'll ready up here. All right. I feel pretty good about this. Let's go ahead and drop 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lead from the front, I'm a big fan of here. So hopefully we can go ahead and get that rolling. All right. This is going to go up to 2. Then he's going to flip after 7 resolves. A Sense of the Past is back. It shoots up to 3 cards in their discard pile and shovels them into the deck. Red Skull's going to attack us here for a base of 2. We're going to block with Nick Fury. If you're in hero form, the villain attacks you after this activation. Don't deal any boost cards for that attack. Okay, so he dealt 2 damage here. So Nick Fury's defeated. He's going to attack us again, but he's not dealing any boost cards. Because there's no boost cards, I'll just go ahead and take this. We'll take 2 damage here, but we'll break the tough on Red Skull. And now we have 1 encounter card to deal with. Let's see. Now Hydra. Each Hydra minion engaged with a hero makes an attack. Each player who is not attacked this way searches the encounter deck and discard pile of our Hydra minion, puts it into play. Well, encounter deck and discard pile of our Hydra minion, puts them into play, engage with them. So we're just gonna get and shuffles the encounter deck. So I think we have to shuffle the encounter deck regardless, but we're just gonna get worse yet. Just gonna put the regular in here. Since he's put into play, his insight doesn't resolve. And it's just a little 2 health guy for us to deal with. And all right, I think we finally can get a flip down here, which should be pretty cool. Also didn't ready Avengers Mansion, so I've got to do that real quick. I want to flip Red Skull, but I don't think it's the time just yet to. Because I'd rather just not deal with his extra encounter card. I mean, I can. It's not like a huge deal, but I'd probably just rather not. Also, this should be active. I'm not sure why it's exhausted. Let's go ahead and exhaust the Avengers Mansion to draw a card. Team training. Oh, that's really good here. Yeah, I really like that. Okay. I think we have cap. Are we just gonna swing? Are we just gonna swing on? I mean, Avengers Assemble would be crazy here if we could draw into that in these next couple turns. Where are we at with that? No, it's not in here. Chooses up to 3 cards. So I think we're probably gonna just pick 2 next turn. Triskelion, Nick Fury. Yeah, we want the team training for sure. Okay. Let's see what we can choose to do. Okay, we're gonna have Captain America. We're just gonna swing for 2 on the regular. I think I'm always gonna do that. We also want a ready here. Maybe we find Avengers Assemble if we look 1 more. No, I think we're just gonna discard Fearless Determination for I can do this all day. We're gonna ready up. We have all of these things we can do. I think we're gonna flip down though. And we're gonna recover by 3 here. So we're gonna go from 4 up to 7. We're gonna use our alter ego action. We're gonna draw 1 card and heal 1 damage. So we're up to 8 health. Let's see, we're gonna draw a card here. Another lead from the front. I think we want US Agent down here, or we just play a Nick Fury. I don't think it's that much value. It could be. It's kind of better than the cards we have in our hand. No, we'll just play a US Agent here. We'll go Helicarrier, and then it's reduced by 1 for Living Legend. We'll play a lead. We'll do 1 lead from the front here for US Agent. Then we're gonna spend. I think we're just gonna spend 1 super soldier, 1 Quinjet to get down team training, which means all of our allies get +1 hit point. Take the call. I kind of like both of these cards in our hand, so I think we're just going to do some thwarting here. We're going to thwart for 2. Thwart for 3 total off of Censor the Past. We're going to do our when defeated, choose up to 3 cards in the discard pile, and shuffle into the deck. I think we're just going to do... We'll actually leave Nick Fury there. I think we'll just do Triskelion, because it says choose up to 3. So yeah, we'll just do that one. Actually, I think probably our attack events too. I didn't think about that. I think we've only played 1 though. Yeah, we'll do a heroic strike as well, because 6 damage is the perfect amount for Red Skull right here. Okay. We have our team training in play. We'll have US Agent store for 1 here. He's gonna take a consequential. Make the call and lead from the front in hand. I think we're cool with that. We're just gonna ready up here. And we'll draw up 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Well, let's make the call is probably gonna get some value, because we're gonna need Nick Fury for a better hand here. It's gonna go up to 2. Red Skull's gonna go ahead and flip this over. Mass Chaos. We discard the top 5 cards of our deck. Place 1 threat here for each different icon. Oh no, our Avengers Assemble is gone. Oh my gosh, that sucks. No. Okay. All right. So that's 3 different icons. So we put 3 threat on Mass Chaos. I totally forgot about that. I wanted a big Avengers Assemble play. We do have lead from the front though, which isn't bad. All these guys should be ready. Red Skull's now going to scheme for a base of 3. Just 3. It's going to go up to 5. We have an encounter card to deal with. Man out of time. You may flip to alter ego, choose to exhaust. Yeah, okay. We'll just exhaust and remove it from the game. That's that. So it's back to us. And we're going to use Steve's Apartment here. We're going to draw a card and heal 1 damage. Still no Triskelion here, which is really unfortunate. I thought we would draw it. Wait, are we all Avengers? No, we are not. Okay. I think because of that, then we're just gonna thwart for 2 off of this. Have US Agent thwart for 1. Just gonna clear Mass Chaos here. And then we're gonna do a make the call here. We're gonna get Nick Fury down. Actually, before that, we're gonna do an Avengers here. Let's see. Power of Leadership. Okay, these Power of Leaderships are not... I mean, they're pretty good for the lead from the fronts, but... Oh, wait. I should have done that a different way. That's all right. Let's go ahead and do... Make the call for this double. And then let's spend these 2 punch resources. Do I have other punch resources in my hand? I don't. So I want to leave 1, actually. So we'll do make the call, this double... Avengers Tower, and then 1 of the Super Soldier Serums. Let's put Nick Fury into play. Where's he at? Nick Fury's gonna come into play. Play over Agent 13 here. Then we're gonna use his ability. I think we just have him deal some damage. I think that's actually fine. Have him deal 4. I honestly don't hate that. Yeah, let's just have him deal 4. Usually we see him doing the threat, but no, we're gonna deal some damage here. I want to do some damage to Red Skull. Yeah, let's have him deal 4. Why not? Okay, then it's we still have a couple cards in our hand that we can use. We're gonna flip up here to cap. I think we just want to save the lead from the front. I think we just... do we just heroic strike, save the lead from the front and stuff in hand? Well, first off, we're gonna have Nick Fury go ahead and swing for 2 here. It's gonna go ahead and knock Red Skull into stage 3. He gets +1 attack for every side scheme in play, and we deal each player an encounter card. So we're gonna get an encounter card here. That's okay though. We have some resource generators. I think we just heroic strike, right? And then we try and just do a big damage push next turn with this lead from the front. I think so. Let's do a helicarrier here, a super soldier serum, and I want to spend the shield block, so I guess I'll spend one of these. For a heroic strike, we're gonna deal 6 damage to an enemy, and since we use a punched resource, we can stun him. Sorry, he comes in with 20 health, but we're gonna deal 6 damage to him, so that's gonna drop him down to 14, and he's also gonna get stunned, which is pretty good. We have these 3 cards in our hand. I mean, I'd probably just keep these. Unless we want Wonder Man to swing here. We could. We just have him swing 3. Let's go for it. Let's just go ahead and have Wonder Man as an additional cost for him to attack. It's discard a card from our hand. Let's discard this leadership double. We'll have him swing 3 on a Red Skull here, bring him down to 11. And he's going to be at 3 consequential. And that should be that. He has +1 health because of the team training. So, all right. That's back to us. We're going to keep these 2 in hand and just drop 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Triskelion, Goliath. I mean, this is going to be a big push turn, I think. So let's see what we can do. Oh, wait, I didn't ready. Hopefully he doesn't flip an advance here. Should we have him? Ooh, that's really bad, huh? I don't think we can do that damage to him. Yeah, I didn't even notice how high the threat was. I think instead, man, that's really bad. Instead of having him attack, okay, this is how I'll do it. Instead of having him attack, yeah, I didn't look at the threat. Let's put him back to 14. We'll just discard this to ready cap, and then we'll throw it for 3. Yeah, okay, that should be fine. That doesn't really change much of the play. It just gives him a little extra health. Okay, that's fine. We're going to ready up now. This is going to go up to 4. We still lose to an advanced pop here, so I'm really hoping he doesn't. This goes up to 4. He's going to flip this. Oh, no. Okay, we have to deal with double encounter cards too. He's going to try and attack us, but he can't. This is really bad here. Okay, we have a lot of stuff here. First one. Shadow of the Past. Reveal your set-aside nemesis, minion, and side scheme. So where the heck did I put Baron Zemo at? He's over here. Quick strike. When he's engaged with you, you cannot thwart. This comes in player order. Each player discards the top card of the encounter deck and takes 1 damage for each boost icon discarded this way. So I'm not really sure which happens first. I'm gonna shuffle this up here. Oh no, this went really bad really quickly. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna say this happens first. So we take 3 damage here. It's gonna bring us down to 6. Baron Zemo is gonna quick strike us. Do we just spend the shield block? Now let's block with Nick Fury. Nick Fury will take the Baron Zemo attack. And then we have 2 more encounter cards. Exhaustion, Surge, exhaust your identity. Hydra Flame Soldier. And then last one, attach a Red Skull. When he activates, give him an additional boost card for each side scheme in play. Wow, okay, this is pretty bad. But I think if we have 14 damage, we don't have to worry about all this stuff because there's no guard or anything like that on the board. Yeah, so we should be okay. We are exhausted, but we have so much economy. So we're going to go ahead and Avengers Mansion here. We're going to draw Heroic Strike. Okay. I think we want Goliath into play. So if we play Goliath, that's 5 damage. It would be 6 from lead to the front. 6, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we should have enough if I'm counting my resources right. But let's make sure. So we're gonna do a helicarrier here. Yeah, helicarrier, super soldier serum, and a double for Goliath. So he has an action. He gets +4 attack until the end of the phase. Okay. Right. So Goliath is in play now. Did draw off Avengers. So we just need to play a lead from the front and ready here. So we're gonna go ahead and spend one resource here for I can do this all day to ready our Captain America. Then we're gonna spend a shield block and the serum for lead from the front. Choose a player that's going to be us. Each character that player controls gets +1 thwart and attack until the end of the phase. Okay, so he's at 2 attack, 4 attack. We're going to use Goliath's action here. He gets +4 attack until the end of the phase. So he's at 5 attack right now, and then +1, so 6 attacks. We're going to have Goliath swing for 6 onto Red Skull here. Going to bring him from 14 down to 8. He's going to take 2 consequential, but he's removed at the end anyways. We're going to have Wonder Man swing for 4 because of the lead from the front, but as a cost for him to attack, we have to discard a card from our hand. He's going to swing for 4. Swing Red Skull down to 4. We're going to have US Agent swing for 2 here. Going to bring him down to 2. They're all going to take consequential. And then Captain America, the living legend. I can do this all day with 3 attack because of the lead from the front. We're going to swing for 3 onto Red Skull. And that is a completed game. That is, oh my goodness, that last turn was crazy. My Avengers Assemble, I wanted to do a cool highlight to kind of highlight the deck. It got discarded from Center of the Past. That was a crazy ending. He really put a lot of stuff on the board, but yeah, while he's engaged with you, can't thwart. Okay, we didn't deal with any of that. Really good. We got it under control. That's really good. Okay, yeah, we got that. That's awesome. So yeah, that was Red Skull. Let's get down to the table and look at the deck list. Okay, so here we are down looking at the deck list, and as always, we're going to talk about the hero very briefly. I love Captain America. Since the first time I played him to this most recent time in Marvel Rewind, I just think the simplicity for him is key, and he's just really strong in whatever you want him to do. His hero ability is so versatile. The idea that you can discard a card to ready your hero is just so good. Gets around getting stunned, gets around getting confused, getting exhausted, all of those things. Now, it does have a trade-off. You do have to spend that one card. But if you think about even the most efficient readies in the game, and we're talking something like Limitless Stamina, that costs 1, but you have to spend a card to pay for it. So that's 2 effective resources, and that's only for 14 HP heroes. Cap has access to 1 ready at all times. It makes him super strong, super versatile, and not to mention his shield he gets on setup is really good. He's got the Living Legend ability, which affects him and the entire table if you're playing multiplayer. His hero kit's just really strong. Heroic Strike is a bit weak, but for a hero like Red Skull that doesn't have Steady or Stalwart, the stun just buys so much time for you to build your board of allies and really push for the end of the game. I love the Super Soldier Serums. 2 cost resource generators are really good, and the fact that he has 2 of them is crazy. Like I said, I loved his shield and whatnot. But let's get into the deck proper. Like with every other deck, we're doing leadership here today, and we have the 3 basic doubles and the 2 leadership doubles. It's pretty standard. Talking about standard, we have Mockingbird and Nick Fury. These allies just have so much value, and they're so good when you have a limited card pool. We're looking at our basic supports. We're on Avengers Tower, Helicarrier, and Avengers Mansion. We got to play these 2 pretty early, which was really good and really helped us out. The Avengers Tower, we saw it a couple times, but it really was never the right time to actually get it on the board. We're looking at our leadership supports now. Triskelion, it was really good, but we kind of skimped out on turns when we should have played it, and we could have had some bigger ally storm on the board, but that's all right. Team Training is super strong. I love this card. It gives all your allies an extra activation. Just gets so much value over the course of the game. And Quinjet, this is the card that Captain America came with. Basically, it has a response after your turn begins. You place a time counter on it. And as an action, you can put an Avenger ally from your hand into play with the cost printed cost equal to or less than the number of counters on Quinjet and discard it. I've never actually been a big fan of this card, but I did want to try it since we were revisiting Captain America. And as you saw, I don't even think I ever considered playing it one time because it's just too slow for me. In my opinion, it's really good, especially if you can put multiple of them out on the board or something. But it's so conditional. It has to be an ally from your hand, and it just takes too long to ramp up, in my opinion. If we're moving on to our leadership events, we're on triple make the call. I mean, this is even arguably one of the best cards in the game still. Triple lead from the front is really good with Cap specifically because it buffs all your hero and all of your allies by +1/+1. Since he can get a ready, that's technically, he gets 2 effective stats out of it. And Avengers Assemble is our big finisher card, which got discarded from Center of the Past, I think is the name of the card. Or no, it's a different one. I think I called it that in the video, but it's a different side scheme that he has. You can just ready each Avenger character you control, and until the end of the phase, each Avenger character you control gains +1 attack and +1 thwart. It's just basically there for that really big push in the end game, which it was kind of scary. I was trying to set up for a really big thematic push, and Red Skull, he was fighting back with those side schemes. He was flipping the encounter cards, the exhaustions that surged. I mean, he was fighting back for sure. Now we're going to go ahead and look at our leadership allies. We're on Squirrel Girl, Wonder Man, Maria Hill, Hawkeye, US Agent, Black Knight, Goliath, and Falcon. So essentially, I just put the whole Avengers package that's available up until this point, besides, I think, the other Hawkeye. And then we have Maria Hill in here. I mean, she's the only like non-Avenger other than the basic allies, but just some Avengers synergy with Avengers Tower and Avengers Assemble. And, you know, Captain America has enough resources so that he can actually spend for a lot of these allies. So I wanted to make sure we always had options in our hand to play down. Even some of even ones like Black Knight isn't as good as, you know, he's not super great, but Red Skull does get a couple tough statuses. If there was a turn where Art Retaliate didn't take it away from him, he could just pierce that tough, deal 2 damage, and yeah. So that's the deck list. It's pretty standard leadership deck, nothing crazy, but it was powerful and a ton of fun to play. Now let's see where Red Skull stacks up to the other villains in Marvel Champions. I'll see you guys there. Okay, so it's the end of the video, so you guys know what that means. We have to rate Red Skull as according to his difficulty compared to all the villains we've fought in Marvel Champions so far. So when thinking about Red Skull, he is the final villain of the first box of the game, Rise of Red Skull, and as such, I think he's pretty thematic and he is pretty challenging for what he represents. When you look at his gimmick on both of his main scheme cards, he makes a side scheme deck, and after he resolves step 1 of that villain phase, he flips a new side scheme over. And those can range from some pretty bad icons, a crisis icon, acceleration, which doesn't take effect until the next turn, so those aren't that bad, into the extra encounter cards, which puts you on heroic for a turn, which is not something you can really do anything about. Hydra Patrol is one of his recommended modular sets, which can be kind of nasty, but usually it's kind of a nothing, it's kind of a give me encounter card. But the thing is, although some of them are bad, and the sleeper, in, you know, that first side scheme deck pass, the sleeper is going to come out. He's going to put some, you know, he's going to put a stop to your plans for a little bit, so to say. He's got that guard, retaliate, and toughness. So you do have to deal with him before you go and make any more progress against Red Skull. He also starts with the red house in play, which means he can't take any damage until you have 3 threat, you know, removed from that side scheme. Red Skull kind of reminds me about Claw in a lot of ways, but, and different in other ways. So Red Skull is his recommended modular sets, put a lot of minions in his deck, so you're really going to see a lot more minions over the course of the game as compared to other villains. Also, because his encounter deck, even though it's really large, it's a lot less diluted because you can't hit side schemes at all. They're only in his side scheme deck. So you know every single time he flips an encounter card, it's most likely going to be like a treachery or a minion. And those have some pretty nasty effects, from like giving him toughs to extra activations to like putting a lot of threat on all the schemes in play. If one of those double encounter card turns, he flip that double like insight 3 that puts 3 threat or like 2 threat on every scheme in play, he could like do that and like advance and then just like win the game, right? So to combat this a little bit, the designers put 8 main threat threshold on his first scheme and 11 on the second one. So think about Red Skull, and especially another thing I forgot to mention that makes him a bit easier is that a lot of his side schemes give you positive effects, especially the one that lets you put an ally into play. Considering most people are going to have Nick Fury in their deck, it's just a free Nick Fury. You get to draw 3 cards just for like thwarting out, I think it was 3 or 2. So he has some like balancing acts of push and pull. His attacks never really get out of hand, in my opinion. Even when he gets his Luger, he gets piercing and stuff, which is kind of scary. But his attacks never really get out of hand because you know he's probably going to be sitting at usually 2 attack and he's going to activate, or 3 attack once he gets to that, what's it called, his stage 3. So he doesn't really put a lot of like actual like KOing your hero threat on the board, but he does put a lot of things that you have to keep track of. You have to constantly throw out these side schemes unless you want to get overrun and put his attack up. You have to constantly deal with all these minions and all these activations, and he gets kind of those minions that give you extra encounter cards. Sometimes his side scheme gives you extra encounter cards. He has a thing that attaches to a side scheme that can give you an extra encounter card, which we manage to like dodge by removing the sleeper side scheme from the game. So there are some things that can really, really go wrong when you're playing as Red Skull. That being said, with all of these things in mind, I played a good matchup against him, which is Captain America, and I still struggled at the very end. I thought Red Skull, once I had built Tyler enough, I'm like, okay, there's nothing he can do at the end of the game that will actually scare me. but he could have flipped in advance. I could have lost that last turn. It was funny that takeback that I did at the very end actually made me worse off because I did less damage to him, and I barely KO'd him by 1 damage in that end, which was really cool and really fun. And yeah, I thought that he didn't have that like swing potential, but I mean, Shadow of the Past into an exhaustion and things like that, it's just really nasty and really scary with all those extra encounter cards that he can flip. With all these things in mind, I don't think he's quite... See, I think Green Goblin, he has like a similar issue where Green Goblin starts with a lot of tempo against you, and he gives you those 2 encounter cards into 3 encounter cards, which are really scary. He puts a lot of threat on the main scheme when he attacks you, but he has like higher attack, which is a bit more threatening than Red Skull. The thing about Red Skull is you just put so many things on the board that you have to deal with that it can make getting progress against him kind of slow because you constantly get to deal with all these minions, these side schemes and whatever. And even though some of the side schemes give you some benefits to kind of, combat that a little bit, I do think he is worthy of being in the A tier. I think he is definitely, but the more I think about that, is he just like a harder Green Goblin though? I'm not sure if I find Red Skull quite as hard as these other ones. No, I think he does. If I'm comparing to like a Claw or something, I think Red Skull is definitely an A tier threat. I don't think I could put him in good conscience above Ultron because his hit points are really low, which is another major negative for him. 16 hit points into 20 on Expert is extremely low, and he is extremely able to be, I think, burst down if you're running a more aggressive deck and you just ignore all the side schemes. But I think at the bottom of A tier is probably at the beginning. I think he's in the middle of between A and B. He could be at the top of B, bottom of A. Well, think about it as the series goes on. But I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for all the support on this series that you guys have shown thus far. This is the end of our first expansion box, which means up next is Kang and Galaxy's Most Wanted, which is coming up. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for watching, leaving likes, comments, supporting the series and the channel. It really means a lot, especially with some of the stuff I've been dealing with recently. A bit of a disclaimer, Marvel Rewind isn't going to start up again until the new year, so we have a couple of videos that'll come out to fill that Tuesday time slot for you guys. Don't you worry, it'll be some behind the scenes, some bloopers and things like that, and discussing the series going into the new year 2025. I hope you guys will join me. Leave a like down below, leave a comment if you've done this matchup or one of your favorite matchups to do against Red Skull, and any fun experiences you've had with him in the past. Leave a subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.